I see. I didn't see that button. Okay. Here's the good news. Now we're live. Well, it's weird because it says start streaming, but then there's a button that says go live, and I'm like, well, hang on, that's like the same thing. What? Okay, so this should start updating. Okay,
yeah,
I do
watching my phone to see if it does.
I do see a different number there. That's a good start. I mean, why have me do two buttons? Yes, it says live now. Okay, good.
It's live.
And
oh,
this...
yep, it's appearing on my phone. The stream is starting thing.
There we go. Okay, that's better. All is good. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We were just having a slight technical difficulty. I have two buttons to press now to go live, apparently. I didn't know that. I've never had two buttons to press. So that's fun. Anyway, we're live. Yes, we had to kind of update. We had to do... I don't know. We had to do something. But the important thing is it's working. And that's great. Bear with us. We'll get on the screen in just a moment. I just need to confirm one more thing. Because I've changed the studio, as some of you could tell with the new chat. It's nice. It's real nice. We're not multi-streaming to different platforms at the moment, but that will be definitely in the future. The testing for it works anyway, so that's what matters. Yeah. I know you can't see us, Nick. As I just said, we will be on screen in just a moment or two. Just bear with me.
I might go have a cigarette before we start. We start properly anyway.
That's
okay.
Is that
okay?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. It's nice how if I stop it, it pleasantly cuts itself off. Let me... Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. Hi. We'll get the dual chat going up when Jordan is back. He's just having a smoke. So, it's fair enough. Smoke breaks. Not a problem with that. How's everybody doing? We all doing okay today? I've got little chat functions and everything on this screen, including an emote wall. So we should be able to play around with all that if you like, which is fun. I'm doing all right myself. Oh, look at that. Elise's face reveal. It's like my face is so hidden in all the things I do. It's just zoomed up, which I've also got a zoomed up for him as well in case he monologues, or myself. We also have like a good a more updated two people in chat is what I like to call it, which has like cool neon boxes and stuff. I think that'd be nice. And then I've also got two live scenes for us. One where we're all kind of watching together, and another one where we're a little more zoomed up in case we need to pause and discuss stuff, right? That's some fun stuff. Well, I got usual background of with the trees. I mean, I can always get the trees back up if that's what we if that's what we really like. If that's what we want, I could even put that on right now. I'll tell you what. Oh, I have to find the image though. It's on my other studio, which means I'd have to have a little look. Moth Kelly, hi. Welcome to chat. Welcome to chat. We will be getting started with introductions and obviously random jibber jabber and stuff like that, and then getting into our main analog horror series for today. But for now, let me see. I have to think about where it would have put this image because it would be part of the studio client. But I'm using a new studio now. I'm using the preferred one. That's a lot more open source and plugin friendly, which I've just been fucking around with for like the past 2-3 weeks. It's been really good. I know I don't have to, but in the future, that's an easy fix. But otherwise, I quite like the darkness of the void. It's quite pleasant, especially when we're watching things and you need to be able to see past me because I'm gonna block the screen. I can't help it. So how's everybody's week been? How's everybody doing? I know my week's been pretty solid. It's been a lot of fair bit of fucking around with the studio. I've been having to catch up on some. I've been setting a lot of like review game codes lately, so I've been having to do a fair bit of that. So it's been taking up a little bit of time, but that's been quite pleasant, really. I've quite enjoyed that. I've got a potential new idea for the Reddit story format, so I'm gonna probably once I get a little bit more permissions rolling, I might be able to get out another video of that, which I intend for them to be longer, in which case they're going to be multiple stories in one, but they're going to try to be thematic. So they're all going to have something that kind of connects them in a weird way, in which case, like, maybe these stories are all about, like, a dad, or these ones are all about, like, the mountains, or so, you know what I mean. I think that's just a good, simple plan. I'd also like to see about sourcing some music, because I think that'd be quite nice for us to have, like, our own proper catalog of music that we can use. I think it'd be really sweet because at the moment I've got this lo-fi generator. There's like a whole website for it and everything, which is quite great. But oh, he's back. I think. Let me switch this over. Hang on. Let's see. It's this one. Isn't that nice? I think it's good. It's really nice. Oh goodness, I've left the box up. left the right click box up. There we go. Goodness gracious. How about that? Everybody's here.
I'll see it in a second.
Glitch of the Matrix. It is.
The stream catches up. Oh, there I am. There's a box over my face.
Yes, I fixed that. I forgot I left the right click up because I was checking your volume. It's pleasant, right? I think it's a little bit nicer. It also, in case people join in, they're like, who are these fucks? Even though, it should be obvious at this point, but just wanted to make sure I covered all my bases, right? And the nice clean chat box is on the right, which in the future when we have multi-streaming capabilities going, it'll show what platforms they come from. That's gonna be really nice. I can also, in case we really need to, say, feature a message or talk about something, we could do like this. Oh, I didn't put it on. I didn't put it on the scene. Oh God, bear with me. Let me just add it real quick. Let me just add it. Oh,
it's like even once I do, I'm not going to see it for like another 20 seconds anyway.
Yeah, there we go. We'll just put it up there. Look at that. Will you get your usual background up? Look at that. It's nice. It's nice in case I ever need to really feature a message up on the screen. It's really good. Really nice. I love a lot of blue and green boxes like Drake and Josh. Oh my God, yeah, that's really funny. Jordan initially went purple, but the purple's quite dark, so we decided to not go for it. Although to be fair, I mean, we can always play around with lights and shading. Maybe we can find him a better purple shade that works. We can always play around with colors. Luckily, these are quite customizable. So I like blue. Yeah, I think blue's quite pleasant, and green has always been like one of my favorite colors. So that's the reason for that. I'll tell you what, we need to put you just a little bit lower. There we go. Just so you're behind the neon. There we go. That's tidy. I want to look like we're in the boxes. It's very tidy. Oh man. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of fucking around with my new studio and all the settings and plugins and this and that, and it's been nice. It's been really nice. And I was also just telling Chat Jordan that I've been sent a fair number of review game codes I've had to play and then make little review videos for. Not that I do over the top reviews. I just do. It's a lot of me jibber jabbering with reference screens and videos of my gameplay and stuff like that, which has been pretty fun. Oh, I'll tell you what though, because you liked Scanner Somber as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and I also played it in VR, which was fun.
Oh my God, I loved playing VR.
Both ways, yeah.
So there's a new LiDAR horror, which is inspired by Scanner Somber. It's called The Voidness. I say new; it's
Uh,
2 years old, but I had the
yeah,
opportunity to review that.
I played a bit of it, like I think maybe even 2 years ago, but I didn't get too far in it. But I
So it's
kind of like,
I found it a little clunky and awkward at first. It's until you start getting into the actual lidar sections that's where it really kind of becomes the true good experience. And that for me is where I was like, this game shines in this sequence, but outside of that sequence, it's a little rough around the edges. I'm not gonna lie. Like it just like I don't know. I don't even understand the ending. Besides the fact that like you went home, right? Like which is good, but I don't understand how just magically it's like, oh my god, yeah, we just conveniently have these returnal pods. It's like, huh? And then it's like, oh, but you also need to find little pods to power the pod? Nothing made sense. It's fucking weird. What game, says Nick? It's called The Voidness. lidar survival horror. It's on Steam. I don't think it's on consoles. I do apologize, but it's yeah, it's pretty fun. I've got a review video for it coming out, and then also my playthroughs. Probably on the not today. Today's 21st. The 20. I think it might be like a week from now. The 28th through the 29th on the gaming channel. So you can always see that. I thought it was all right. I thought it was all right. It was a fun little romp. Goodness, yeah. Otherwise, oh, there's also one about like giant spiders. That's gonna be fun.
yeah.
Yeah, right. I saw it and I was like, that looks horrifying. I get the feeling I should play it. I can't help it. How's your week been?
Oh, it's been okay. I've spent an 8 days straight reading Tom's Crossing, which actually I
Oh,
can even pull it out
yeah.
because I've got a nice little Danielewski shelf over there. For people who aren't sure what I'm saying, there, it's the guy who wrote House of Leaves. He wrote quite a few books, and I've gotten every one of them, and I love them all. And this one's Tom's Crossing, which is enormous. It's over 1,200 pages, and it's Danielewski's first book that's just prose. It's just pages after pages of. Oh, it's just a regular book. It's dense, and it has a very good review from Stephen King. Like, this is an amazing work of fiction. I
Oh,
absolutely loved
nice.
it. And so, and it's, but it's like it's not a scary book. I was hoping for it to be a scary book, but it's not. It's just an adventure of two kids taking some horses across a very dangerous mountain while being pursued by very bloodthirsty men. So I can see why Stephen King loved it, because it is his kind of an American story, but like it's all just a lot of suspense and philosophy, and it's dense, and it's about death and about finding the meaning in your life, and
Hmm.
it's, it's good. I shouldn't have forced my way through it in 8 days. I came out of the other end feeling like I'd just climbed a mountain.
Right.
And, and I've mentioned this to you before when we thought the stream was up, but it's not. But uh, that oh, there it is. Before Danielewski released this novel, he put out a call on social media asking for the names of the dead who we still love. And I gave him the name of our recently deceased cat, Merlin. And on page 340, 341, there's a giant list of tiny text names. Those are all the names that were given to him. And near the bottom of page 341, the bottom of the list is Merlin. So our cat is kept alive by the author of House of Leaves, which is just cool.
That is that's incredible. That's insane. What a
Yeah,
way to immortalize Merlin the cat. You know, we'll have to let Dad know that as well. I think he'd really appreciate that.
yeah. No, I did let him know. I showed him a picture of it.
Oh, cool. That's nice. That's amazing. Yeah. Oh man, that's beautiful. What a good boy he was. What a good boy. Just big
Yeah,
fat happy boy.
yeah,
Always so pleasant. Oh, Nick says I would not want to read that much. I like stories, but I don't like the act of reading. If that makes sense, I can understand that. I know. Like I think a lot of people, especially more so these days, um, are quite happy to kind of consume stories in like a more audio book or a visual format or something of that kind of a nature. So I do understand where you're coming from. It's not that you hate reading; it's just that you don't enjoy the act of it. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yep.
I personally don't
I,
mind reading a book myself. Oh, bless you, Jesus.
frankly, I'm the same way, but I've got a weird relationship with art and media in general because I don't enjoy the act of playing a video game, but you kind of learn to get past that,
Mm,
and you just gotta like you find things in there that you do love, and
no.
that's what you play for. And I find things in books that I love, and that's what I read for.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes a book is hits right, and I actually do enjoy the act of being with it, but like, I don't know. A lot of the time, reading is working, but it's training your mind to be ready to not turn away from something just because it takes mental effort.
Plus, if
And
anything, it's also
that's
important to kind of keep your literacy skills up. And I'm not saying you have to
yeah,
write words, but it is good to be able to read. I think that's definitely a really important skill that people still need, whether they like it or not. So I'm not saying read a book all the time, but like once a month, even a little book probably wouldn't hurt. You know, just gotta
yeah.
make sure your brain is still with things. I mean, I feel like
And the
we
thing is,
are because obviously, we obviously do things online and use our phones and shit like that. But we got to be gentle to your eyes as well.
yeah, and the thing is, like, I read a lot of books in my adulthood, and I don't make a secret of that. I brag about it, but the thing is, I didn't like reading books. In fact, I generally didn't read books until I was about like 20.
Mm,
And the first book that I read that got me interested in reading all the time was House of Leaves. There's something about it that's completely changed how I look at books, and
completely get that.
it
Completely
plugged
get that.
me in.
I can completely I can absolutely understand that sentiment. I know for me, I've always kind of enjoyed reading, especially from a young age. But I think what makes it harder for people to really want to get into reading like a lot, like really good books and stuff, is that when they go through school, there's mandatory reading, and some of the
Yeah,
things they pick for you are meant to be insightful in a varying number of ways, of course. But some of the reading is also very painful and a little outdated, right? So it makes it harder for us to kind of stick with these things. And so I
yeah. I
think
have
like with you with Daniel Esky, the fact is you found something that gripped you and kept you interested in the reading compared to say a book that isn't more your style, right?
yeah, but like once I got in, once I got onto reading, I started seeking out the kinds of thing that you probably would see in school.
Hmm.
But I found that like it being a mandatory read does make all the difference. It's like
Ah, terrible,
if you
terrible take. Not you, Jenny. We'll talk
it's
about
okay.
that.
'Cause like if you're reading a classic book like the Odyssey, if you're reading it because you choose to read it and not because it's been assigned to you, you tend to you find more patience for the difficult parts
Hmm.
because you're choosing to do it. But having it mandated makes it like like, like it's a different kind of context, and
Yeah.
I don't think that mandated reading is the same as reading for choice.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
reading for
Yeah.
choice is the basis of all of it. Like reading for choice can be really rewarding.
Well, 100%, and I think that's always what it boils down to, isn't it? If you have the freedom to choose the things you're doing, you tend to have a better time, right?
Yeah,
I think that's just and yeah, some people will be like, well, that's fucking obvious. Yes, of course it is, but it's not something that you truly dissect in these kind of scenarios, right? And that it
yeah,
does make a big difference. Like I mean, for example, another one that I didn't love reading but I was interested in the material, like the actual parts of the book. So Guns, Germs, and Steel, I had to read for AP World History, uh, well over like 12 years ago. God no, like we're talking 16 years ago. And I remember because it was mandatory. He was like, you have to read this before class even starts. And I was like, the fuck? So I have to read all of Guns, Germs, and Steel over summer before class even starts because we're going to immediately have to work on an essay for it. And I was like, the fuck is this? It was insane. And there's a lot of interesting historical things in there and some very interesting, I don't want to say the word stories because there's, yet again, it's parts of history and everything like that. It's really fascinating. It is such a hard read. It is so dense and boring, even though the stuff in it is actually really interesting. but again, like now, if I were to read it, I feel like I would enjoy it more because I have more time. But also that
Yeah.
a time constraint on a book is, oh god, it's rough. And some people don't read things as quickly, or they take more time to comprehend, or whatever. It's just it's a tough thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me just get back with chat. So Floopy, hello, buddy. Let me pop you up there. Just making sure. Make sure. Don't worry. I did see you. I do have chat on my screen. Don't worry, guys. Nick says I just never liked the act of reading, even as a kid. That sucks, but I can understand. And yet, especially as a kid, it's easier to be less enthused about reading because yet again, you're kind of made to read stuff as a child, and I understand why. But it's not always what you want to do and things like that. He also pulls up a great quote of, "I really did always want to be a filmmaker," says Hollis Coogan. Let's see. We've also got the J.K. Rowling book that you got for Christmas a bunch of years ago that I've been meaning to read. Does she write things besides Harry Potter? I personally have no fucking idea, so...
Yeah, I remember, like, there was a book of... I can't remember what that was called now, like, The Vacant something, or... But that was like 10 years ago. She does write other things. I don't care. I don't care about Harry Potter either.
I understand why people like Harry Potter, but I just don't like J.K. Rowling, and I think for understandable reasons. I'm sure a lot of people will understand the reasoning. She's just not a great person when it comes to appreciating other people's existence. We'll put it like that. If we want to get into hardcore topics, we could save that for another time, of course. Let's see. Ellie says, stuff I chose to read as a kid became mandatory reading in college. Well, you already had a leg up, didn't you? And that's quite helpful in that scenario, then. Because then, if anything, you're happy to reread it, or you might remember enough of it that you're like, I got this. No freaking problem. That's awesome, Ellie. That's really lucky. Let's see. Nick says, I liked a lot of the books I had to read for school, but that's a lot because I had a teacher. You had a teacher. Wow, that's rare. And we had discussions about the book. I've always enjoyed that as well. I remember I had an AP literature. I don't remember what kind. It might have been classic literature or something like that. I don't remember. And what was really fun was that we would do a lot of the reading in class, and then we would also do a lot of the discussions in class. We didn't really write essays or anything. He was like, look, this class is we're doing a lot of reading together. We're doing a lot of discussing together. This is where the core of the credit is you need to be an active part of the reading and the discussions, which obviously not everybody wants to do. But for me, I was like, that sounds awesome. I love the sound of this. That's amazing. We never wrote a paper. We never wrote a paper. We did have to take a mandatory test at the end of the year, of course. But like we never had to write things down unless we chose to. It was all just big open discussions. And he goes, everybody should participate. We need to know that we're all understanding where things are. We could discuss different ideas and stuff. It was a really fun experience that made reading really, really fun. And I think that makes a big difference, you know. Let's see, Nick would hate that. Mom says, I love reading. That's how I got into acting. That is true. That is a fun fact, class. Our mummy did do quite a bit of acting in her day. I gotta say, she's met some celebrities. She had a good little time. She's welcome to share some of that if she wants.
Recently, she revealed something to me I didn't even know, but she was nearly in The Walking Dead.
I could believe that. Well, I mean, she was in some of the Tyler Perry movies. You know, like she could easily have done stuff like that.
Yeah, although I feel like The Walking Dead, is more famous than Tyler Perry because I only know the name Tyler Perry because of Mom.
Well, yeah, but
I've never.
They're both based in Atlanta, Georgia. That's why it's like.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, because she worked on that one thing, and then she could have now worked on this thing because it's in the same area. I could totally believe that. I think if anything, that's quite a flex. You're quite right. Oh, but then do you want to know another flex? What? So Andrew Lincoln, the main character of The Walking Dead, he's got a house in Cornwall, and occasionally he visits Port Isaac, a place where I used to work, the very pub that I used to work at. It's a pretty decent flex. I personally didn't get to meet him, but you know, he did frequent there. Just never when I was working. Fucking my luck, isn't it? Oh, God. Ellie says she wrote those books under a guy's name, so you might not recognize the new books. Oh, I mean that's also true, isn't it? Like that's why she goes by J.K. Rowling, because it sounds less feminine or something like that. But you're right. It's again, it's another act of sexism in the world, but it's annoyingly rampant whether we agree with it or not. And so I understand that. I can understand why they did that.
Although what's funny about that is that her books under a man's name just do not sell. So, so it's kind of like the reverse of what she expected to happen.
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
She wanted to prove that she's a good writer, and even if if people don't know her name, they still like her books. And then no, people don't really care.
It turns out no, it's just bad. Oh my God, Mom, great flex! You worked with Kathy Bates. Now that
I love that.
That's incredible. That's wow. Well, I gotta say,
I love that.
I mean, you got to meet Kathy Bates. That's incredible. Holy shit. That's some. There are actors even today who've never met Kathy Bates. So you've got a leg up on some people. That's incredible. Go, Mom. Holy shit. Let's see. Nick says, I know somebody who was apparently on Unsolved Mysteries. Interesting. Did they commit a crime? Nick, have you got some juicy details you want to tell us? Like, I don't know. And then, let's see. New to the chat, the Bag Street Boys says, good morning from Russia. Amazing. What time is it in Russia? Remember me, guys, he says. Your name has changed, so I might need a little bit context. Because you're not the only Russian I've met.
Because there's a new Metroid game coming out, I've got to pull up the classic Metroid reference of when Other M was first coming out, and there's a trailer of one of the characters, the Galactic Federation guys, pulls up his helmet and goes, remember me? But he's a completely new character nobody's ever seen before.
That's great. That's so great. You're not new. AUTTLS. Oh my goodness. Yes, of course. Good to see you again. It's at least the new name, it's easier for me to remember. The Bag Street Boys. I think that's pretty funny as well. Welcome back. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. That's amazing. I'm just going to pop that up on the screen in case anybody else needs that. Need a little bit more reminder. Good little profile picture as well. I like that. It's quite good. Quite good. And then Nick says, I don't like J.K. Rowling, but I'm pretty sure I'll like the book I got. And the person was just an actress on an episode. Ah, right. Okay, so no juicy deets. I was looking for some juicy deets. Although I kind of like the screen format. I really do. Maybe this will be useful for part of the show idea I've got for the future. Anyway. Goodness gracious. It's always nice to have a little bit of a ramble, but we do probably need to, start, don't we? So, recently I decided to reach out to Jordan, as you guys probably imagine. We talk, unbelievable. And we, oh no, you're fine. Don't worry about distracting us. You're totally cool. I also distract us, so it's, I'm allowed to do it. I'm the host. And I was like, do you want to watch another Slenderverse thing, or do you want to watch maybe a not Slenderverse thing? And he goes, we change it up. Yeah, let's do a not Slenderverse. I was like, okay, cool. So I gave him a little list of a couple of ones I found that I was like, oh, these look like they could be interesting. And the one we chose on, let me go ahead and just pull it up here, is called Vertical Hell Scam, which is a fun little acronym for VHS, which, by the way, isn't actually what VHS stands for. Did you not know? You didn't even notice that? Oh,
no.
Because it's analog horror. I thought it was clever. I thought it was really clever.
No.
But
I just picked it because it had the most the most mysterious name. I had no context for the name.
Completely understandable. Yeah. So it's a play on VHS. It's great. So yeah, there's not a lot of it. It's quite short. It seems, which is really a bad thing. I mean, short's never really a bad thing. Short and sweet. I'm assuming. I have no idea. But yeah, so it's he's put it all in a nice little playlist for us. It's called The Sundown Clown, which sounds pretty interesting and fun. Oh goodness gracious! My thoughts on Has Been Hotel, Bag Street. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I quite liked season 1. We could probably discuss it further later on. But for now, go ahead. Sorry.
So I want to also contribute to that question. I've seen the first 6 episodes of season 2. Season 2 is surprisingly good. It just has like a much better structure to it. It's more like they made a very long movie and split it into episodes. It's really good. I'm gonna watch the finale probably tomorrow when I'm going to Manchester to see Ellie. But season 2 is great. It's it's better than season 1. Like season 1 was still good, but season 2 is they've got a stride going now.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I'm excited to watch it, but I just haven't started it yet, but I will because I quite like Tasman Hotel, and I also like Hell of a Boss. So I was like, oh, I'll definitely finish this. Just wanted a really quick shout out before we begin that Vertical Health Scanner in the chat has appeared and says, "Enjoy."
Oh wow!
It's always
Right.
nice. It's
Hi there.
always nice, right? Always nice. Okay, boys and girls, we're gonna start off with Summer Hike.
Good luck. Yeah.
Hello.
It's bathrobe Slendy again.
Oh my God, Bathrobe Sunday again, or the V for Vendetta guy. Oh my God, it's anonymous. Holy shit. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, I'm I'm
Initial
already into
thoughts?
this.
You're already into this? I gotta say, me too. And so here's the crazy take on this, right? So the majority of that video, if you watch it without music, it would be a very different vibe. It would just be like, you know, somebody putting together their random clips of a fucking hike or something like that, right? But the music very quickly gets you into this kind of weird 80s 90s vibe of bizarreness, and I really like that because I had no idea where this was going to go. I like the bizarre reveal that still doesn't exactly say a lot. It's really good and mysterious, and like you, I want to know, I want to watch more now.
Look, look, also, like I have a like I have a soft spot for music, or like I have an interest in music, and that managed to hit like so like automatically like I don't go into an analog horror expecting a soundtrack. That so when it gives me a soundtrack, I'm already gonna be like listening up for that.
Mm,
But that hit a lot of the things that I love. Uh, that was just a really that was a good composition, a good a good range of synthesized sounds. You're right that it's going for a nostalgic thing. I associate it more with the 2000s, but that's because like even by then they were nostalgic for the 80s and 90s, so they were
mm, mm.
already going for that kind of a sound.
Yeah,
But, but like it's a I'd say it's a Boards of Canada kind of sound, which isn't isn't unexpected because a lot of analog horror people like Boards of Canada. But just I loved the texture of that song. I loved the composition of it. I loved the additional instruments that come in. Like think I don't know. It went well with the visuals, and plus like it because the visuals were so boring, as you were kind of getting at. It puts the focus on the music, and luckily the music it's got a formal structure, so it's got enough to that you can just focus on the music. The music is not going to bore you. It
mm,
there is a flow to the music, and it's worthy of occupying your attention. And so
absolutely.
I appreciate that. I think this is very good, and it's the kind of thing I'd love to do as well. So uh, like this, and it has a good ending with a cool figure. Like I don't, that's the curiosity part. We'll have to see where that goes. But like this, in terms of pure construction, I really like this.
I agree.
I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic for the rest of it.
Me too. And you know what? I like being optimistic right off the bat. It's a really great place to start. I mean, it like how hiding in my home. That was that was amazing, and then it hits you with a crazy twist as well, which makes it even more amazing. I mean, it kind of squeaks its wheels at the end, but besides that,
Yeah.
really impressive. So I'm getting that same vibe where I'm like, I wanna see more. Oh, hang on. He says, thank you, big Boards of Canada fan. Ah, well,
Yeah, I figured.
that's
No, I,
connecting
wa-
some dots. Very good. I'm
I
sorry.
also wonder if the creator, who I'm going to refer to as Vertical Health Scanner, because that's the name there.
Yeah.
I wonder if Vertical Health Scanner has played the Enigma Machine games, because there's
You
Enigma
get vibes
Machine,
of that.
there's Mothered, and there's
Mm.
Echostasis.
Mm.
Because in terms of both visuals and music, they absolutely go for this, like the exact same
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah. I
And
completely agree. Completely agree. Even though I know a little bit of Mothered, I haven't played all of them, but I think there was also a demo for Enigma Machine ages ago that I played, but I haven't played. I
a
haven't
demo
played
for
them.
Echostasis.
Ah, that might have been it. Yeah. But I haven't played them all fully. But I mean, I'm down. I'm down to do that. That's something we could look at. Right. Let's see what's next up on the repertoire. We have Intruder. Got a little home invasion action. That's fun. Always fun.
It's a good bit in the Faith Unholy Trilogy, Trinity, that's like this. But use the flashlight, the camera thing.
Okay, clearly something happened. Bear with me. We're gonna go frame by frame. I want
Yeah.
to see what happens.
It is a bit hard as the viewer to actually make out what's happening.
Yeah,
during
well,
each camera snap.
Yeah, I think the only problem is, it is like an instant camera flash, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
look, he's even got like a knife and stuff. Aw, look at that. Oh,
That's a weirdly cute face.
right. Yeah, I'm getting like weird skeleton, like skull vibe or something, but who knows?
Like
Ah.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah. Okay, well, at least now we know what scares us. Looks like hiding from him.
The disgusting bathtub.
Yeah, it's not quite. Oh! That's fun. You could have widened your flashlight this whole time.
Yeah, I don't think that door went outside in the first place. So this, I think he's surprised that he's outside now
Oh. Good point. Good
because
point.
he was inside and they went into the bathroom. Yeah.
Basement. Trash bag? Got him. Oh. Oh, he got him. What in the Silent Hill save room? Oh, I see. Those were those last JPEGs were what the camera flashes saw during during that sequence. I didn't even realize until the last one, and I go, oh my god, of course. That's yeah, yet again quite impressive and creepy. I was a little confused at some of the sequences, but my initial thoughts are that we have a character who either they've broken into a home or they're paranoid in their own home. They obviously come across what looks like a murderous intent person. Things don't go very well. But I'm wondering if it was all the same person, though. That's the thing where I'm a little confused, because they did look a little different, but they might have been the same. I'm not entirely sure. And either way, no matter what happened, so like ended up outside weirdly, ended up in a basement at one point with the weird big garbage bag thing. I don't know why he wanted to like grab that or something. Maybe it was like a material or like a covering or something. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what's going on, but it is a great sequence. The fact that it's just a lot of panic, it's a lot of bizarreness. You don't really know what's going on, and ultimately, I mean, somebody has a bad time and gets murdered. I'm intrigued. What are your thoughts, Jordan?
Well, it feels like I would reckon it's deliberately without context. So just going purely for face value, it's a good little spooky analog horror sequence, like a classic taking a flashlight into dark locations and finding a menace out there. The classic idea, but rendered in this series style. So it's also showing us what the series style is like, what kind of horror it's going to be going for. Uh, like I see this as kind of like I'd say like a tone setting. Like the first video wasn't necessarily a tone setting. It was more of like a I don't know what I'd describe it as, but something to make you curious. Where this one feels more like it, this is the meat. This is what we're going to be getting into. It's this kind of stuff. Even though like, it was a short series, so I don't actually expect. Like, uh, I think one thing that this video is leading me to suspect is that we're not going to be getting one big narrative here. We might be getting essentially like a series of shorts that are all centered around this villain.
I feel similar.
Just putting us in this, it's letting us kind of bask in this specific execution of analog horror, like the style. It's it's about it's about the style, and it's a good style. But like, that's where I am so far. This is a good video. There's nothing like I don't know yet if there's anything here I should be sinking my teeth into.
Or investigating. Yeah.
It'll depend on future videos, but I do note the trash bag thing. Like I'm also like I don't know if the protagonist here, the cameraman, was going into that building with ill intent or not. Something I kind of got the vibe that he wasn't. This was a place that may have been familiar to him. For some reason, I don't know what he did with the light switch. Just kind of gave me that impression.
Yeah, he did seem like he knew kind of where he was going. I know what you mean.
Yeah, and also like if you're trying to burgle someplace or kill somebody, you wouldn't try to turn on the lights. You've got a flashlight, so that's all you need.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm feeling.
No, I completely get you. Sorry, just wanted to mention in chat that Nick said, has he ever mentioned CHSS? Now, I know of CHSS. I don't remember it all entirely, but I do recognize the name. He then goes on to say that it isn't inherently scary. It's about like TV programs and a pharmaceutical company, and it's being hijacked by a pair of evil antlers. I don't know how to explain it, but it's analog horror. Well, that sounds fun. We could probably end up doing a bit of that. That sounds pretty cool to me. But in the meantime, let's try episode 3.
Okay. It's upside down text.
Secret Graveyard.
Yeah. I do like the titles of using these fun fonts.
Yeah. You should play around with stuff. I completely agree. It's more immersive.
That's the place from earlier, I think. Place that you called the basement.
Oh, could be. Ah, yeah, look at that. Yeah, you could be right.
Because it had those slats on top without windows. Like that's how he got in. He dropped himself down by holding onto the thing. Oh, it's an axe. Okay.
Yeah, pickaxe. Well, I think we can all guess what this video is about. This is where he buries his victims, in case you couldn't piece it together. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong.
Will be why it's called Secret Graveyard.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's fun. It's fun. It's simple. It's short. It's eerie. It's Sebastian. Oh. You thought I didn't see you there for a moment just because I was looking away? I actually don't know which frame you came in. Haha! I saw him again. Eh. Eh. Yeah! Great shot. It's always nice having these little sneaky secret frames. And then he appeared in the back left at the end there. Right at the very, very end. Another interesting one. I don't think there's a whole lot to dissect in that one, personally. I think we kind of figure out what it's alluding to, just otherwise very creative choices of visual storytelling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of just reinforcing that we're going to be focusing on the villain here rather than any character, I think.
Completely agree. Let's jump on into Shamrock 4 News. Sundown Clown PSA. Ooh. A news segment. That's fun. Nice.
This is Shamrock 4 News with an important emergency public safety broadcast. Have you seen this entity? If so, you may be in mortal danger. It has been sighted lurking around local parks and neighborhoods, referred to as the Sundown Clown, because it stalks during the day, but attacks at night. Several people who complained to loved ones that they were being watched by the clown went missing shortly after the stalking began, and are unfortunately presumed dead. We advise that everyone remain in their homes at night and to keep their doors locked. Report any sightings of the Sundown Clown to authorities immediately. This has been a Shamrock 4 News update. Thank you for your attention.
Cool.
It's like if I lived in an area, I would be much more scared of the news than of any serial killer, because that's like a terrifying news broadcast.
Yeah, it's always weird when they sound a little like warped and distorted, but I can see why they do that for effect. It's creepy fun. Not that it always happened back in those days. People it really didn't. Analog's not as bad as people think it is, although it can get bad. It can get bad. Don't get me wrong. But that's the thing about analog horror. A lot of it is that they're all kind of distorted, and it's like, all right, guys. I mean, it's not all distortions, okay? Okay. Well, yeah, another fairly obvious one, I believe. Just fun little PSA, fun little world building element. It's good. Let's see what's next. We have Urbex. Nice. I like that. I bet it did, Vertical Health Scanner. I bet it did. Take care, Dick.
So I presume this is called Urbex because urban exploration.
I would believe so, yes. I do like me a bit of Urbex. Don't trespass, kids. That is still a crime. This is a fun sequence.
And it's clarifying and confirming some things I suspected about the series, which I'll mention after we're done. That's cool. Yeah. It's almost like stop motion.
Oh, that's so good.
This is very well thought through.
Yeah.
Of course.
Back in that house. Time suddenly passing. Wow. Oh no. It's an indoor Lost Woods. Oh, and then he's just gone?
Well, he doesn't kill during the day.
Very weird rule that he really sticks to. I wonder if it's more than just, you know, like a thing he does. Maybe there's a reason.
Well, the news did call him an entity, so maybe it's a supernatural thing.
Fair point, fair point. Wow.
What?
This video was incredible. I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie to you. I really, really enjoyed this. That there were a lot of really creative choices made that really just kept upping the ante. I like the fact that it started with a little guy going urban exploring. Everything's all fun and just pictures and stuff. That's good. And then, I mean, like Jordan said, it just kind of suddenly becomes this stop motion madness almost. Where I mean, it's clear just like that the images I guess slammed together, but that's bad. That's half of fucking what stop motion is anyway. But it's just this awesome. It's so creative. It's so telling. It also kind of helped paint a little bit of a picture, I think, for me and potentially even Jordan about maybe a little bit more of what's going on. And I'm excited to be able to really talk about that as well. What are your thoughts, Jordan? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, like, yeah, that was an incredible video. I think like it's it is confirming things that I've been thinking and suspecting, which is that the series is more like there is substance to this, but a lot of the substance of the series is the style. It's showing the strength of this, what you can do with a style, because the style brought a lot of intensity to that, and a lot of it heightened a lot of, gave a lot of impact. But I loved the use of time lapse clouds and how it was superimposed over the windows to make it look like it's sunny outside, but the clouds rushing. And at the end of the video, with the camera pointing up at the sky and the clouds rushing, it's a very surreal feeling and very like, it's cool. But and the stop motion thing was good because because even from the start of the video, it was basically a series of screenshots telling a story, but once the horror started, the screenshots became a lot more frequent to the point that he was able to use that to turn it into a smooth motion. But
it was so good, so clever.
Yeah, but like he was using that to show the tempo. Like when he needed it to be frightening, he added more pictures and had them come quicker. And I think that was very well done. But,
to emphasize speed and motion, it was very good.
Yeah, and also like the need to take in details fast, which is good. So what I'm thinking about this series so far now, where my mind's landing is, this series is probably closer to like, this is like a music album. This is a series of music videos for a music album, basically. Where each video is like, it's a different song. Like the second video was less of a song and more of just like, the videos are important. I don't think that you could just listen to the audio, the music by itself, and it wouldn't have the same impact. This is structured like an album. It's structured to give you a series of scenes where each one says its own thing, all united by a theme. And I don't know, like it's a good idea for a YouTube series. It's a good format to go for. It's like you don't have to make every series be a straightforward narrative or even a complicated narrative. You can go for something that isn't quite a narrative. You can go for something that's more of an album. Like it's because there's a musical structure to this series. I don't know. I don't quite have the words for to go further with that thought, but that's where I'm going with this.
I think I understand where you're coming from. It is more like a musical album in the fact that there's kind of a central theme that ties it all together, but it's not a linear narrative, nor is it necessarily a connected narrative itself. It's just all of these things have this specific thing in common, right?
Yeah, and also like the videos have had a big focus on music. So
that's true.
And it is a lot like Boards of Canada, because if you were to listen to a Boards of Canada album from start to finish, there are often like short interlude songs with narration going over them. But like the news report video, I could easily see the audio to that being just a Boards of Canada interlude, because it kind of, I don't know, just it works in my brain.
Understandable. So, theory crafting. I think we both agree this creature is an entity. It's not exactly a person. Or maybe it was a person and it became something else. I think we can kind of agree something of that kind of nature, maybe. I believe that the house and this secret graveyard are kind of connected in a way, because this is the second time now where we've seen somebody leave this kind of secret graveyard and end up at the house, right? This house
Yeah.
seems significantly connected to this clown.
Sure.
Maybe it's like it's hunting ground or something, because I mean the fact that we had this guy, the Urbex guy, in there, and they found like the weird tape, the weird camera setup, the audio stuff there with the little sign that said vertical hell scan and everything. You had a weird little ritual table. All these things kind of are like, okay, maybe this is where the clown actually lives. Maybe it's not like an accessible place in the daytime. I'm not entirely sure, but also the fact that like I said, with the time lapse in the clouds, telling me that maybe time moves a little differently here as well. I'm not entirely sure, but again, then you had the end part where the camera was facing up. We're assuming back in the real world now, after the clown seems to have disappeared or something like that with the attack and everything we talked about. But the clouds are still moving really quickly. That for me was like, okay, so maybe we're still kind of in his hunting grounds or something like that. I'm not entirely
and
sure.
And the clown did take the camera right at the end.
Yeah.
So the clown was still there. That's the kind of piecing some things together for the sake of running with a thought of expanding on the lore. I'm wondering if that house is the clown's. And if these, what the clown specifically does is he kills people who have video cameras, takes their video cameras, and basically takes their footage, and even like maybe he even makes this music and adds it over to it. Maybe we're watching the products of the clown.
Yeah,
and like that's what all the equipment was in his house. Yeah,
mm-hmm. I get that vibe as well. I don't know why he does it, but again, I don't know why serial killers act anyway, so I can understand that that's just a thing. It's very creative and very fun. I'm interested to see where these last few videos go.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Walking the dog.
Hey, kiddo. Do you want to be a famous dog on the internet? Do you want to be a famous dog? Okay, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a freaking walk. Okay, baby dude, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, easy. Oh my goodness. Okay, bye, Mom.
Be careful.
Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, whoa, cool. Check out these decorations. Ooh. A little snifferoo. A little snifferino. This is really cool. Whoa. So much spooky stuff. The spirit of Halloween is alive. Looks like we got more purple webs. I'm not complaining though. Ooh. Let's go home. Let's get home. What? Oh my God. Mom?
The road just disappeared. No, he's down there. arrives. Oh. Yeah. Very good, though.
Hope.
Well, another fun little horrific sequence of another victim. Interesting. Very, very interesting. The fact that his own home took him to this place, but the home seemed very
Yeah.
familiar. So again, that could just be because of resourcing issues. It's hard to say whether they are actually meant to be in the same spot or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. It is interesting. Or maybe this is how he got the house in the first place, to use as his hunting ground.
Maybe. Like I definitely. I don't think that we're going to get an origin story in this.
Yeah.
I took that to just be like video 2, just another portrayal of a victim, but also showing us a bit more unexplained mystery of how the entity works.
Yeah.
It does
yeah.
seem like it kind of. I feel like he blended his lair with the victim's house. It was like a blending of locations.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we also saw that in episode 2 with the bathroom that suddenly took us to the woods. That was like blending the house with that location.
Mm.
But if this just continues to reinforce it, like you could also look at the series as like an anthology, but in structure, like it feels like a music album. It feels like it's inspired. The direction is inspired by music albums, but it's essentially an anthology. It's really cool. This is a very effective thing to do for a YouTube series.
Absolutely. Even if it is just the murder documentary files of or I guess the murder vlogs. It's still good. It's still really well done. I think there's one more. There's 2 more.
The value is in the execution. It's in the style. This is very well done. It's I want to keep watching just to see how the creator does more cool things.
Well, so far there's only 2 more videos in this playlist for the Sundown Clown. He does have other videos as well on his channel, but I don't know what they're going to be like. So let's finish the Sundown Clown. So next video, we have new playmate search. Oh no.
Very boards of Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't think it's a massive amount to break down there. It does feel like it's exactly what it says on the tin. Looking for a new victim, if you will.
Yeah. It's just continuing to make me feel validated or vindicated because it's another song.
That's
It's
true.
another
Is
song
more
in the
music.
album.
You could very
It's-
well be onto
yeah.
something. So, let's see what the 8th video is, which I believe is called Trick or Treat. It is.
I'm presuming he's found his new playmate. He's found a house that he wants to target. Trick or treat.
Okay, indeed. Very, very interesting. I don't quite know. Yeah. Well, I guess it's. I guess there's more than one victim in this house. Is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at, and it's yeah. So that's interesting, fun. It's just more of the same kind of storytelling techniques, and yet again, like you said, new music. I like the fact the music kind of changed when the stabbing began as well. That's another just fun little creative choice. It's wow. What a little hidden gem this little analog horror series is about the Sundown Clown. It's just I mean it's not complicated storytelling wise. There's no insane narrative going on. It is simply murder in analog.
Yeah, 'cause like I was getting at, the idea of this is nothing new, but it's the execution. The execution in the style. It that's where this series hangs its hat,
Mhm.
and it's really like it is. It's really well done, and like I think, uh, in terms of personal preference, I feel like that last video got a little bit boring to me, but it was the end of the series, and it it did feel like it was kind of wrapping up, or like emotionally, it felt like it was kind of it felt like it was saying like it's over now, you can stop watching, but
Mm-hmm.
which also like the end of a music album, like the especially like a lot of electronic ones, they'll often the final song will often be a kind of a calmer or like a cooler a cooler is a weird word to use, but like calmer, like a more mysterious, but God, I don't know. Let me check that. So I want to talk about both cinematography, but also music at the same time.
Yeah.
This, like this feels like every piece of cinema uses music in some way. Well, except for silent films, obviously, but this feels like it. This feels like it was making use of music in a way that I don't a cinema doesn't often focus on, because it's focusing on the strengths of a music album, the strengths of the structure to that. It's it's like with a normal movie, the score, there'd be a score for it which would follow the emotions of the narrative, and it would kind of just build up, and it would act in service of the visual elements, whereas this the visual elements are acting kind of more in service of the audio elements. And it's a domain where the audio feels most comfortable, and the video feels more experimental as a result, because video is trying to make something good within audio's realm, like
Mm.
audio's realm being like where like it doesn't have to be a linear narrative, and it doesn't even have to be that deep. It's more about exploring feelings, exploring pacing, exploring like an accumulation of context clues. But,
Yeah,
I do have a lot of
I think a good way to describe it is it's like the music came first, and they were like, make some videos with these, right?
yeah,
But there was no
but like
parameters or anything. It was just like, hey, come up with something for this first one, and we'll go from there.
but like even within that, like comparing this to like music videos,
Mm.
I find this a lot more engaging than a music video would be.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if a band were to make music videos for an entire album, uh, this like in those cases that like, I don't know, I feel like musicians usually aren't that good at cinematography, so don't they often outsource it to somebody else who there's always a bit of a sense of mismatch. Whereas this feels like it was one artist's vision who's really good at music and is at least interested enough or like passionate enough about film to be interested in experimenting with what looks good on a camera and what movements look good, what editing can look good, and they nailed it. They found some good vibes here, and they
Mm.
vibes that strengthened and enhanced the experience of the music.
Yeah.
And there was enough of a context here that I didn't feel like I was lost.
Yeah.
But also not enough of a context that my attention was taken off of the music. Like it felt very respectful to the concept of music. It, I, I have a lot of admiration for this. I really liked how this was done. I find it inspirational.
Hmm.
It's really cool, and plus, like, it is the kind of music that I have listened to a lot, and I've been a fan of. I own every Boards of Canada album on CD, and I've listened to them a lot. They're fantastic albums, and honestly, like, the experience of listening to a Boards of Canada album all the way through feels a lot like this. So the inspiration is clear, but it's not a bad thing because Boards of Canada are not a they're not a terribly conventional band. That their music like their music attracts people because there's a sense of mystery and nostalgia to it. Like a sense of mystery to the emotions, but a sense of nostalgia to the style. That goes for this like very much like these synth sounds and these strange vocal samples. It just gives you this vibe of being lost in like a dream of your past. But yeah, but then the structure of a Boards of Canada album will feel like there you may be able to imagine a narrative going on there, but it the music never gives you enough to give you a direction. You just got to follow the direction of the emotions and be like, I guess I can see like. But when I picture in my head what would a Boards of Canada album look like as a movie, it will be this kind of thing. This, but, but my point in bringing that up is like it's not a common thing. Like if this is rock music, then there, I don't know, there, I feel like rock music is a very well tread ground, and I can imagine what videos set to that would look like. Whereas Boards of Canada is a something it's not as explored. So there's there's a call for making videos. There's, it's less well tread ground, and so I just I like this. In fact, I kind of love it. It's a good little time. I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'm sorry.
That's
When I come back,
okay.
when I come back, I want to hear your thoughts on this. But just, yeah,
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. No problem.
good stuff.
Yeah, I concur. All right. Well, he's gonna hop out for a cigarette. I actually, funnily enough, have to pee. But I'm really curious about your thoughts, chat. If you've made it this far with us and you have some thoughts, you have some ideas, you have some feedback, you have anything you'd like to say, please type it in the chat. I can always feature it. We can always discuss it. We can always talk about it. I know in the future I want to have like proper guest segments that I can do because I like the idea of maybe inevitably doing some kind of a talk show where we have like a central theme that we dissect and talk about, especially having like other guests on and stuff like that. But I like the idea of being able to take on random guests, like through maybe like a I've got a couple of ideas of how I'd be able to do that, luckily, and it's just kind of making it all work. But I think that'd be really fun, just because I mean it's nice having a text chat, but it's also nice if like say we could take a caller, for example, somebody could actually come in to come on the stream and they could actually talk to us for a little bit. You know, I think that'd be really interesting to be able to do it that way as well. Which I was getting some ideas. I was getting some ideas of how to implement that, and I might do a little test of it next week. I'm not even going to lie to you. I might do a test of it next week. I think that's not a bad shout. Anyway, really curious to hear your thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the bathroom. We're going to go to a Be Right Back screen. We're going to have the music rolling, just a little lo-fi music. Back in like a couple minutes, okay? Really curious about your thoughts, guys. Really curious. We'll be... Switch to that. I'll tell you what, do you want me to leave you with the game? I can leave you with the game as well if you want. We've got the game, in case you prefer that, for a little control stuff. Just let me know. Right, be back in a flash. I'm back. Let's get me a ginger ale. It's really in the mood for one. Don't have any beer today, sadly. Oh well. Hardships. I mean, I'm drinking tomorrow, so it's fine. Well, actually, tomorrow, so we're actually going to be going to see the new Wicked movie. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to watch that in the afternoon, and then in the evening, going to be linking up with my buddies to watch our yearly tradition of Your Highness with some beers, have a little laugh. It's great fun. Looking forward to it. Busy weekend. Let's see. So looks like my mum's chimed in saying, "Loved it as always. My type of thing." I get that, Mum. I agree. I think this little series, little snippets of videos, it's not a lot, but what I love is that it feels like they've been made creatively and with love. They've a lot of effort, real amount of like thought behind it, and I think Jordan's really hitting the nail on the head. It does feel like the music is, and maybe that's how it is. Maybe in the future we can have Vertical Hell Scanner on himself to really answer some questions and stuff like that. I think it'd be really fun. But I do get the vibe that it just feel like the music comes first, and it conveniently lines up really well. Or maybe it's all kind of done around the same time. You know, maybe it's a really amazing dual process that goes on. It's really I think it's implemented really well. I think it's showcased really well. I do have some opinions about this last video especially, but I think whenever Jordan's back, we can really do a little bit more discussion about the series as a whole as well. Because I do have thoughts.
I'm back.
Hey, he's back. We're back on, baby. I mean, I was here anyway, but you know, I had to go to the bathroom for a little bit, but that's cool. The only thing you missed really is Mum said in the chat, "Loved it as always, my type of thing." Yeah. And so I'm gonna go ahead and give my hot take for a minute here. So overall, I think this is excellently done. I think it is really well thought out. Really well implemented, a lot of experimentation, playing with ideas and stuff like that. Maybe there's a kind of narrative trying to be told here. It feels like it's a mix of like yes and no when it comes to that, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with there being and not being a narrative. That's not an issue. I have a hot take about this last video.
Go for it.
I didn't think it was very good.
I think it was underwhelming, but also like as I said, like I'm leaning on it because like the electronic albums, even also by Autechre, who's my favorite electronic band, they often end with a song that's a little bit or kind of often very underwhelming. So while I don't quite understand it, I recognize it's probably like there's a tradition there. There's something that. It's not that the tradition is to be underwhelming, but it's more that like there's a mood to a final song on an electronic album that I don't quite understand, but I recognize it. But yeah, like it was underwhelming. I was hoping for a drop, like an intense thing instead of like I don't know, it's like a little. I don't know, like once he hid in the closet, that was cool and all, but I was kind of waiting for like a big drum hit, like a beat, a cool, like a release. But instead, it just kind of continued being tense and kind of drawing you in. It's like this. Sorry, I know you're supposed to be giving your thoughts, but just
okay.
I had a bit more clarity when I was having a cigarette. It's like, this kind of music and this kind of analog horror, they both. The reason that I think they work well together in this project is because they both play with the concept of expectation. They both. You watch an analog thing and you're just seeing somebody holding a camera exploring an area, and you're expecting something. You're expecting something to happen. And with this kind of music, it's often pretty like an ambient intro or even an ambient vibe with the music like descending chromatically or ascending chromatically. Some patterns, some melodies slowly coming in, but you kind of you expect it to go somewhere, and it's not so much that. In both cases, they don't always go somewhere, but they do. They explore that feeling of expectation. They put you in that headspace, and they're very interested in in just fleshing that out and letting you be in that space. So, which is a big reason why I think that is a very appropriate choice of music and appropriate choice of video for this combination. But like that last video was definitely, it was all about expectation and this kind of a kind of dread of like we know what's happening here. Like I think like this could have used some release, like a climax of like, and then you could still have the creepy expectation at the end of always killed. Now he's waiting for the next person or whatever. But I don't know. Like I can definitely understand how you wouldn't like it, and like I said, I also found it a bit underwhelming.
So for me, I didn't mind the fact that it was there was obviously, you know, they had found a victim. We kind of gathered that they were going to find a victim based on the last video anyway. So I thought that was fine. They found a victim. They found a new house they're gonna hit and everything. What else I find really interesting is that so the videos that came before this are usually like from other people's perspective, and then they stumble upon the Sundown Clown and they get murdered, and we believe that then it's the Sundown Clown takes the images, footage, whatever, puts it up through their stuff, right? This one's narratively different because it's quite clear the Sundown Clown has a camera now, which is not surprising based on the victims he's killed and everything. And so a lot of it is him exploring this house. So there's not a massive amount of tension anymore, which is fine. It's interesting that it's a new perspective and we get to see a little bit more of how he operates and stuff. And so he goes in, conveniently finds a super big knife, finds a place to hide, kills somebody. Could have left it there. That would have been fine. That would have been good.
Yeah.
But then carries on, murders a second person. It felt like it was dragging after the first one. Like I liked the sequence walking down the stairs with the knife shadow. That was cool. But yeah, it just felt like it was dragging a little bit much, and I was like, it just felt unnecessarily long, right? And I think some things can be unnecessarily long if they're done in the right kind of a way, but this didn't feel like it needed to really be as long as it was. Goodness gracious, let's see. So we have limited G error. So what are we talking about, guys? We're talking about Vertical Hell Scan, specifically the playlist of the Sundown Clown. Classic, awesome analog horror. Don't worry. And be nice to Vertical Hell Scanner, limited G error, okay? He's the creator of the videos we're watching, all right? Be sweet, man. Besides, he was answering us, not so much you. Yeah. So I'd use your eyeballs. Anyway, so Vertical Hell Scanner actually says, the last two videos were made early into the project, and it shows. Things were still being figured out, and they're the weakest looking back. Urbex is more recent and my favorite. I couldn't agree more. I think I think we're all in consensus. Urbex was phenomenal. Urbex blew my mind. I mean, even if it was mostly just the classic images and not a whole bunch of them speeding up into stop motion kind of stuff, then that would have been, you know, that still would have been good for me, because I was like, oh, okay, you don't see a lot of videos that are just like images and music and horror going on like that. But then you ramped it up, and like Jordan gave an excellent breakdown about how Urbex was so good. It was unbelievably good, where we're just like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I sadly do think Trick or Treat's a little but that's okay. I mean, as Jordan also said, you've also got to have some underwhelming stuff. It's true. Not everything could be a 10 out of 10 every single time. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. Goodness gracious, you guys. Have a little back and forth in the chat. Limited G Error says, let's see. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Vertical Hell Scanner says, it's okay. I was adding on to the criticisms and I agree with them. I appreciate that, Vertical. I really do. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, you're taking it in good stride, because I'm not trying to be like, oh, this series fucking sucks. I think this is, it's refreshing. It's lovely to see an analog horror kind of just play around with the idea of an analog horror. And some of the stuff you've come up with is really, really impressive. It really, really kept me kind of glued to the screen to be like, and I think another fun thing is that I don't always have to immediately be hunting for secrets or try to piece together codes or anything. You know, you just have, here are the videos. I hope you enjoy them. And really, Really freaking good. Really, really freaking good. Limited G Error saying an awful lot in the chat. I appreciate you apologizing to me, but you know, you gotta put a BTA on this vertical. Be nice to the dude. What's going on here? He's the guy behind the series we're watching at the moment, and we're praising. What's goodness gracious?
The guy we're kind of talking to.
Be sweet, man. I'll time you out if you gotta be nice. Gotta be nice here, all right? All right. I don't mind people swearing or anything like that, but don't be mean to each other. That's not cool. You can be mean to me. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't matter. But you don't be mean to other people in my chat. I'm not cool with that. That ain't gonna fly in my house.
Yeah. To add on to the subject, I've basically said this already, but I just want to reinforce that while my personal preference, I think that last video was a bit underwhelming. I don't think it's a bad thing that it was underwhelming. I think that as the last video for this series, it does feel like closure. It feels like, okay, feels like a good, old computers. I'm getting distracted by chat now.
He says hi.
It says how you doing, but
oh, how you doing? Oh, that's what it stands for. I feel like such an old person sometimes. I thought it was just misspelled hi.
But it's like old computers, when you shut them down, they go through the process, and then finally they say it is now safe to turn off your computer. That's what that final video feels like to me. It's underwhelming in that it's the decrescendo, but it's boring in that it's a good boring. It's like, okay, the series is over now. Like it's not. I don't know. Plus, and I think it's entirely appropriate for the final video. In fact, the last two videos were from the perspective of the killer. It does, and in like artistic formalism, like the notion that there is a traditional formal structure to great works of art. There's oftentimes an ending is considered to be a summation of the themes. It's where the conceit is reinforced. Like it's where the idea of the thing is reinforced in the ending, and the ending summarizes the theme of the whole thing. And I think that ending did summarize it. It was saying like this isn't a hopeful horror narrative, and this isn't even that involved. This is just serial killer, cool vibes. It's like a slasher, but it's for people who think that's cool. And like the last video was just that, and I respect that, especially because like this whole series, it had an idea, it had a structure, it committed to it. Because like you wouldn't see, and this is, I'm gonna bring up Slender vlogs. I'm not denigrating Slender vlogs here, but like you would never see a Slender vlog be structured like a music video. You'd never see one like you wouldn't see Everyman Hybrid or Tribe 12 or ML Anderson or Dark Harvest or Marble Hornets have a series of videos that are set to music, original music, that because they're too focused on being realistic. They're like, and in real life, you record your footage. These are really happening to me. Oh, I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna put cool music to it. No, like, it's realistic, so they're not gonna do that. But this is like, there's still a sense of realism to it. That's the whole point of the analog thing. But it has this somewhat cheesy idea of like, let's set it all to music, but it commits to it, and that's respectable because like you get what it's doing, and you it's not ashamed of it, and I don't feel ashamed watching it. I don't feel embarrassed. I don't feel like any part of this is cringe. It's because it's committed to it, and it's just having fun with it, and it is fun.
100%. I completely agree. It is a lot of fun, and you're right. It's not cringe. It's not bizarre. It's, yet again, I think it's all very well intentioned. I think it's all well executed and well thought out. it's I mean, again, you want to bring great notion of how it ties in with the music and everything. The moment the first knife stabbing goes down, there's like this musical sting that kind of happens. And I was sitting there like, that's not random. That's not accidental. They made sure that happened. It's just proof of the purpose. It's fantastic. It also gives me some kind of like Jason Voorhees, like Friday the 13th kind of vibes, which I'm all for, because you're right. Classic slasher stuff is big vibes in there as well. It's very good. You know, look at that. Even Mum says it's old school for me, and I loved it. Look at that. Even our Mum loved it, and she's not very picky, but she is a little picky with some of the things we've been watching lately.
Yeah. And I guess I'll answer Limited G Error. Asks Jordan, how you doing? I'm doing all right. I spent the last week reading the new Danielewski novel, Tom's Crossing. That's a good book, very big book. Don't rush through it if you want to read it. But it's good if you like horses, and it's good if you like mountains, and it's good if you like westerns. And I'm not going to answer that question again, even though like you were gone for that apparently.
And that's why there is a reverse button. A slide.
Yeah.
It's a slider. I'll call it.
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Excuse me. Oh god, so rude. Oh god, yeah. So while you were away, I was mentioning some ideas I've got about inevitably trying to do like a little talk showy kind of a thing, and I kind of like some of the stuff I've got so far. But obviously, a big part of it is I like the idea of being able to have guests on, you know, the live stream or the show or whatever the fuck. And I was like, but a big thing is that, you know, the text chat's great, but it would be nice if we could also get people like, you know, just like call in segments and stuff like that, where I could have people actually hop in and talk to us for a little bit and, you know, disconnect when we're done and everything like that. So, and I've got some ideas about how to implement that now, and I might do a little testing of that next week. It's gonna be very fun. Goodness gracious, Limited G Era says, so are we talking to any girls? Come on, Nate, I know you pull. I mean, I've got a partner that I've been with for a number of years now, so I'm not pulling anymore. I haven't done that in donkey's years, but, you know, back in the heyday, back in my high school days, I mean, that was a whole different story, of course. But, you know, that's yet again, well over 15 years ago.
And I'm going to visit my girlfriend tomorrow, so, yeah.
I mean, if you think we're talking to any girls, we do talk to our partners. And, you know, our mother and other women in society, because that's a very acceptable thing to do, so long as you don't harass them. So, yes, we did pull a long time ago. If you want to think of it like that, if that helps you. I mean, you've jumped into an analog horror watch and discuss. This isn't exactly the place for picking up ladies, if you know what I mean. Jordan knows you lying about the high school part. I don't know. He was there for one of my years. I mean, you know,
I know he's telling the truth about it. He had a lot of girlfriends. Not all at the same time.
No, of course, and a lot of short-lived ones as well. So, you know, I'm not saying all of it was very successful or that I was like a hotshot or anything. You know, not all of it was good. And again, this is a weird place to come for dating advice. I give you some if you want, but, you know, it's usually just be respectful, don't be a jerk, take no for an answer.
Listen to her.
Yeah. Actually give a shit. Those are the classics right there. Jordan, don't lie. We all know Jordan be the huzz magnet. Huzz magnet? What the fuck is a huzz?
Magnet.
Is that like
a husband magnet? But
oh,
what?
Is that what that is? Maybe a husband magnet.
That's what I'm presuming.
Huh. I guess you attract all the husbands.
Yeah, I would assume that they should be saying I'm the wife magnet. Based on the context of
You're the honeypot. Oh God, he's a trap. That's funny. Oh, thanks, Mum. I raised my boys well. That doesn't help. That doesn't help this segment. Oh god, that's funny. That's funny. I gotta admit, that is funny. Oh man, it's been about 2 hours. We can watch other videos on the vertical health scan, or we could see about wrapping up if you want. Unless you want to keep discussing about stuff, we can always do that.
I am definitely torn. It would be a good idea for me to get more sleep tonight than usual, since I've got to take a train tomorrow. But also, like, I'm not the kind of person who can just go to sleep. So I don't know.
Need some sleep
And-
aids.
Yeah, and as for watching more things, that there probably are things we can find some stuff on this channel.
Oh yeah. No, he does have other stuff. I just picked the main thing that I think draws people to it, which is the Sundown Clown stuff. But then he does have some other things as well. Like he's also got an entire separate playlist called Miscellaneous, which has 6 videos. Which I guess it's just kind of it's like some art. The tree rooms, ooh, Magic Pumpkin, Analog Horror Tutorial. Look at that! Aw, even a little tutorial for you guys. That's awesome. Aw. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's very, very thoughtful. Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have little tutorials. Yes, good thinking, Vertical. Good thinking, Vertical Health Scanner. I'm curious about the tree rooms, because that makes me think of a level of the back room. So yeah, fuck it. Let's watch that.
Yeah, let's watch the 3 rooms. Earthbound to this.
Ravy Gaming. Hi. Doing?
Oh shit!
Oh. Interesting.
This is great.
Just these playing arounds with different mediums. Brilliant. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
It just,
man.
it just literally ends. Oh, that's
I wanted that to keep going.
honestly that was wow, that was surprising. I mean, I kind of figured
Yeah.
that some of their other videos might also be really interesting and cool, but I was well impressed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Wow, that was awesome.
love that
That was
music.
crazy. I didn't see that twist coming. The fact that it like blended into a video game and shit. That was really
Yeah.
clever. Really clever. Yeah, this guy's going places. This guy has some amazing ideas, some really fun things going on. I'm very excited to see more Vertical Hell Scan in the future. No doubt about that.
That loved that. I love that music.
Vertical Hell Scan, I don't know if you're still in the chat with us or not, but we just wanted to let you know we think you got great taste. We think you're an excellent creator. It's a work in progress. Oh, dude, keep them coming. Take all the time you
Yeah.
need. Keep it coming. You got some amazing ideas, some amazing creative choices that you're doing. Honestly, I mean, I even just picking a random video because yet again I thought it was like a backroomsy vibes and stuff, but didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming, and was just insanely impressed. Insanely impressed, and I'm so stoked to see what you have for the future. Especially if you're gonna do more Sundown Clown. Even if you're not, you're gonna do other stuff. I think you're gonna do some great shit. Sorry, I'm holding a Febreze. Sometimes the cats make a stinky, and they don't cover it up, so sometimes I have to be armed just in case it happens. But honestly, seriously, amazing work, amazing videos. I can't, we can't praise you enough. Honestly, like, wow. Just unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And I get the feeling in the future we'll probably end up wanting to have you on, maybe like as a proper guest. We could really dissect your brain a little bit, have some fun. I think it'd be really cool, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was also gonna gush, not just me.
So I feel like I've spent a lot of today gushing.
That's fair.
Like the detail that I've gone into in my praise of the videos, yeah, but also that one. I guess for the sake of rambling, I was expecting it to go in a horror direction, but it wasn't a horror direction. But I don't mind that it didn't. Like there's a good chance like it may have gone horror if it keeps going, but also like that was very much just it was just a vibe. It was about a vibe. It feels like there were 3 separate songs in there, but I loved all 3 of them. And also they felt the most like Boards of Canada, even more so than any of the Sundown Clown ones.
Wow.
Like that's straight out of like I'd expect those songs to be like from either Music Has the Right to Children or from GeoGaddy, like earlier Boards of Canada. Although my favorite Boards of Canada album, just for trivia out there, is Tomorrow's Harvest. Fantastic. But that was, I don't know, it was good. It had me entranced. And the video game thing was a great twist, and it was clearly whoever built that, I'm presuming it's the creator, but it is good at 3D modeling, and it's good at low poly 3D modeling. They nailed the vibe, and it was was great to see because it's just something new. It's something like, where did this come from? It's suggestive, and it heightens the general sense of, God, I don't know, this surrealism. This idea that if it's the idea that if you keep hanging around in this space, you're going to see something unreal.
Mm.
The whole even the real footage with the trees, I was expecting to see something unreal. The music adds to that vibe. Then when the video game comes in, that like it just keeps. It's a fun headspace to be in. I love that headspace of just being unsure if you're going to see something freaky or something disturbing or even something wonderful. Like the sense of wonder, but not necessarily all positive wonder. It's fun. I love the suspense.
Me too. Me too. Well, I think we're gonna do a little wrap up here, but this has been a fantastic little 2 hours. I'm just going to go ahead and shout out this little subscription that came through a little earlier. It did not do what I thought it was gonna do. Never mind. Thank you, Mr. Hunter M, for the subscription. I thought it was gonna replay it up here. It did not. Oopsies. That's okay. Good for me to know in the future. But we really hope you had a fantastic time with us. I'm gonna go ahead and roll some credits to thank some people for being here and having a good little time with us. We really hope you've had a fantastic time with us as well, of course, and we'll most likely catch you next week for, well, whatever the fuck we decide to watch and do next, huh?
Yeah.
Roll the credits.
Supposed to be quiet for this part.
You don't have to be if you don't want to.
Okay. I mean, like, can they hear? Or
They can
it doesn't
hear
matter
us.
if they can.
They can
Okay.
hear us. I'll fix that in the future.
No, it's I don't mind. I just didn't know.
Yeah, but they're seeing a nice roll credits now of all the people who participated and watched and stuff. Myself included.
Cool.
My gaming channel won. What? That's good to know.
What? Yeah, I can see the credits on the YouTube now.